How's it going, everybody? This is Bearded Comic Guy coming from the Comic Collectors Guild. Tonight, I'm joined by Mexican, our Funko Shop or Funko Pop exclusive member. He's got an all Instagram page, Mexican Reviews. Tons of pops, all types of genres. Super awesome. I'm gonna drop his Instagram account in the spot below. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself and what he does and everything that he collects personally.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Mark, Mexican Reviews on Instagram. I have been collecting since about 2016, Funko Pops at least. I've been a collector probably since I was a teen, really. But got really hard into Pops in 2016. Right now, I'm at about 2,100 Pops, which is a little ridiculous. But yeah, met Beard through a couple different groups, and here we are.
Yeah, sweet. And he puts out daily pop reviews out of the box,
Yep.
which is something unique. So you can get all those awesome details. Um, so right now in your collection, what's your favorite pop?
Right now, my favorite pop, just from a design wise, is the Papa Emeritus from Ghost.
Mm.
Favorite personal pop is the Independence Day Alien Chase. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's pretty incredible. It's kind of what started the collection because I wanted to find it, so I had to go out to all the stores to hunt it. Was never able to find it, but when we did do that hunt, I came home with pretty much what people would consider a collection.
Nice.
And then later on down the road, my fiance ended up buying it for me, and she surprised me with it as a gift, and this means a lot to me because of that. And then I used to watch it as a kid a lot with my dad in the movie, so it's kind of a personal, sentimental pop to me.
That's awesome. And, we were talking about the other night that collecting is all around nostalgia. It's that thing that you remember being a kid, that happy place. So having those
Right.
types of pops is so cool. Um, so this show we're going to do tonight is going to be kind of getting into pops, tips and tricks. Mexican does a lot. I mean, what do you think a normal week you bring it in?
Oh man. Well, the thing is, I'm big on pops. Obviously, that's my main collection. But honestly, I've been slowing down a lot uh, through the situation in the world right now, and then two, it's just nothing's really tickling me right now that I want to go out and get into. Um, Luckily, right before the shutdown, I was able to get a couple of the new Star Wars pops, the Luke Skywalker on Tauntaun, the Han Solo and Carbonite, which I just put up on the IG page the other day. If you want to see that, Mexican reviews on IG. Like Beard was saying, I do quick 360s, so you can see all the detail. And that was up the other day.
Yeah, it's super cool. So what would if I brought you somebody that's never seen a Funko Pop and they saw yours and said, "What's the best way to get into this without getting flooded how we are now, where you
Um,
don't even look at pops as hard anymore?"
I My first initial thought would be, don't. It's it yeah, it's if you want to get into it, like you guys were saying the other day. Well, I don't think I actually heard anybody say this, but get what you like. Don't buy for value or because it's popular. Get what you like. Um, I've seen a lot of people just go after that high dollar pop, and I don't even know if they really like it. My majority of my collection is all commons, not store exclusive, nothing, because I like the common pops. I don't need to get $500-$600 pops to enjoy my collection. So That's what I would say. Just get what you like, and do your research. It's really easy to find resources on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can join a bunch of groups, follow pages like Disfunko, Funko Finders. They have daily news on all new releases that are coming out. So that's a good starting point too. Keep track of your dates that are coming out so you're not missing out and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's actually a good point, where we've had kind of two videos in the past couple days, and this has come out with like tips for people starting to collect. But with Funko Pops, it's more different because we have they can make a comment and then just do a slight repaint and then put it in a store exclusive. And
Yeah,
it's the same pop, or maybe they made it glow in the dark, and
yeah,
that's where I'm at is I'm more I like the commons, but if
yeah,
I would rather have the store exclusive than the
yeah,
common.
yeah. No, I agree. Like, if there's a pop that you think is going to be maybe glow in the dark around, somewhere down the road, there's no problem waiting because the common's going to be on the shelf, really easy to find anywhere. It's the store exclusives that are variations of that common that might be cooler that you might want to wait for, so you're not buying double of the same pop.
Right. I mean, Endgame was the perfect for me. I went completely in on Infinity War, and I have everyone except for the Asia Thor, um, and they just kept coming out and kept coming out. There was never a stop
Yeah,
until Endgame, and then I just pumped the brakes completely. I just did the exclusives, which I was happy
yeah,
because the Target, GameStop, Hot Topic, Hulk, Iron Man, Thor. Those are all just glow in the dark versions of the common. They weren't
right.
even any different molds or anything.
Yeah,
Uh,
and they came with a cool shirt, so
and yeah, and that too. And I also love the Funko shirts. I have a
yeah.
closet full of them.
Like we got Star Wars collectors. We had that happen to us real recent with the Mandalorian
Mhm.
pop, the Death Watch pop, where it came out as a GameStop exclusive, and there were two white stripes on the chest armor and then like on a thigh armor, and then they put out another one that came with a shirt that didn't have those two stripes, and that was the only thing that was different.
Mm.
But it came with the shirt, so
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely pops are crazy and Funko because it's when we're talking about action figures where, hopefully that's another conversation. You do have multiple companies coming in and competing and like doing all this. Funko owns that market. There's no one else that really
yeah,
competes with it. And if there are other vinyl companies that
yeah.
do their
I
stuff, but
would. Yeah, I would say like their biggest competition right now would be the Hot Toys Cos Babies.
yeah, definitely. And the other side of that is the price difference.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
Funko, for anyone that doesn't know or doesn't know about Funko, I mean, a normal common 4-inch pop is 6.99, 7.99, and then a
yeah,
6-inch would be like 12.99, 13.99. And then store exclusives will differ. You'll get 9.99 or 10.99, and the con exclusives will differ as well. I mean, but
yeah,
mostly the most expensive pops that are coming out are going to be the bigger ones. Like Megan's got the Millennium Falcon in his background right now, and I mean, what
yeah.
did that retail for? It was 100 or
When I first came out, I think it was like 60.
yeah, okay,
The only Pampa we've had that is $100 like out the gate was the Batman.
yeah, the Batman, right? Yeah, so I mean, those until you get past a 6-inch pop, because 10-inch is 30, 35 or something.
Yeah,
So the price points are good, and if you do it right, like hitting GameStops on there, buy three get one free, or Hot Topics, Hot Cash, you
yeah,
can unload and get a lot of pops for cheap, especially
yeah.
at stores like that do get exclusives. Um,
That goes into that goes in your research too. Like if you were getting a common, I'd say go to Target or Walmart. They're going to be $8.99. If you're doing, uh, if you're at the mall and you have a box lunch over a Hot Topic, I'd say go to the box lunch because they're $10.99 as opposed to $11.99 at Hot Topic. So you're getting a little bit cheaper. Um, and then do your research, or the big thing too is you don't have to have it right when it comes out. If I would have waited on that Falcon, it dropped drastically after it came out. Like it was, I think I saw it like 25, $30 after. That's half off when it came out. So,
and to that point, you get into the game of playing risky, and you don't know if it's
yeah,
going to be there. And sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. And I mean, sometimes it pays off and the thing skyrockets. And I mean, you just don't know. And with Funko
yeah,
now, compared to, I would say, 3 to 4 years ago, where store exclusives were more rare, they weren't putting out as many. I mean, because you look at My Hero in the past 2 years, we went from that one glow in the dark All Might. Now there's like 20 different All Mights that you can have in your collection.
yeah.
You
Flying
know,
pose, glow in the dark, flying
right.
pose, metallic.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy.
Um, so we were kind of talking about exclusives. So some of the big hitters that I would say are daily, you're running into Hot Topic, Box
Yeah,
Lunch, GameStop, Target, Walmart, even Walgreens. Um, but there's so many places. I mean, we've had multiple 7-Eleven exclusives.
yeah.
You're
Oh my god.
getting,
Yeah,
yeah, the Deadpool.
yeah,
Um, Now we're getting a lot of websites, like Entertainment Earth and I can't even. I mean, the anime sites, Funimation, they're getting
yeah, yeah,
theirs. Um, Gemini, all these other places are getting these exclusives as well that are those not so much Entertainment Earth but Funimation. Those are becoming desirable pops that sell out quickly, and they also mark up. Like I think those metallic different releases they had for Funimation this year, they were
yeah.
retail $25 or $30, and then they sold out and marked up even more past that.
Right,
Um, but then you have Funko Shop, which
right.
they've kind of changed how they come out because I mean, I'm sure you remember it was Wednesdays at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
and those like you waited all week to see what would come up and it would sell out every week. It didn't matter
yeah.
what it was. It could be a golden
Almost
turret.
instantly. Yeah,
Yeah, and those now it's I'm sure you buy more Funko shop exclusive ones than me because I don't do any of the ad icons and whatnot. I
right. Yeah. So
um
recently, I've slowed down really hard on the Funko Shop exclusives because just not like I said before, nothing's really coming out that I want. That's like I said, get what you want. Nothing's coming out that I want there. Um, they've had a lot of ad icons. They're doing a lot of Pez on there. These mythical creatures, which I'm not too into. That Medusa one was really good, but other than that, I thought they were too nice looking. Like they didn't look like metal like you wanted to look. They looked kind of like a fairy tale.
hold
And
on, I'm
then
gonna grab
yeah, that Medusa. She's awesome. I missed that one and I should have got her, but the thing is too is that they, like you were saying, they would come out and they would be gold. And now, the market isn't what it used to be, so I could probably get that for $30 maybe.
yeah, exactly. And I don't normally go for those types of ones. My wife she loves Medusa. She has a Medusa
Yeah.
tattoo, so those are the type of ones that I'll get her just to get. She doesn't really collect like she has like the royal family and random different ones,
Yeah.
musicians and stuff. But that's just one. But I think that was the first one. I think I got the Star Wars one that came out, one of the Knights of Ren, and then I ended up
Oh yeah,
giving
yeah.
that to someone in the guild. or someone in the club, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and that was just because it was like PTSD almost that like, oh man, something's gonna sell out, and it didn't even sell out. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
I think
available
I
all
think you
day.
actually hit me up for that one too. I'm like, yeah, I ended up getting it too, but
Yeah, right, yeah. Um, so it's something to always consider and to know what's coming out. Megan did hit that with this Funko Finders. Yeah, they'll post it and then also sign up for their email newsletter, and you'll get an email in the
yeah.
morning telling you when it's going to come out and what it is, and then you can go, pretty much wait in line on the website. Click and refresh at 11 o'clock, but
Yeah.
normally you don't have to do that
That's
anymore.
I'm a night shifter, so I have to set an alarm for the for the Funko shop to wake up and everything. But usually I wake up uh, before time and see if what's coming out from that email. And if I'm into it, I'll keep the alarm. But if I'm not into it, I'll cancel the alarm and go back to sleep.
Right, right. Um, so I think that's a lot about the store exclusives. Trying to track to see out what will be coming out. A lot of those Instagram and Facebook pages, they'll put out the glam shot with a release date. Um, what's the Hot Topics nerdette?
Yeah,
She does the videos with what's coming out pretty much the next couple months. It's
yeah.
sometimes
It's
it's a
monthly.
yeah.
Usually during the first week, you can count on them to put out a YouTube video, um, and then they do periscopes on their Twitter like every Wednesday or Thursday, showing off things that are coming out in the future or things that are going to be coming out that week or the next week or whatever. But
Yeah, there's just little things that you just pick up on, and once you get into the Funko community, and you will never get away from that type of stuff. Um, so I know you got your Starship Troopers bug in, and
yeah,
I know you're
it's
excited about
actually
that
right
one.
right up
Yeah.
here.
What's your anticipated releases for the next couple of months?
What we were talking about, my favorite, which is the Papa Emeritus from Ghost. In May, Hot Topics coming out with Papa Nil. It's another character from Ghost, and that one is like what I have my sights set on for the foreseeable future.
Nice.
But
And
other than that, yeah, whatever I can, like I said, whatever. Because the thing is too, like we know a lot of what's coming out. Like they have Back to the Future ones that are coming out that I'm excited about. Um, but they just shadow drop things all the time. You didn't even know was coming out, and that gets really exciting. I like when they do that.
yeah, no, that is big. For everyone that doesn't isn't familiar with this stuff, we had New York Toy Fair in January, and then we had the London Toy Fair a couple months before that. So we had
Yeah,
pretty
well,
much two different
yeah,
reveals. Um, and if probably watching this is gonna be a lot of DC pops. We're getting a lot of the 80s movies, a 10-inch
yeah,
Heath Ledger Joker,
yeah.
a lot of
That's hitting
cool.
stores right now too.
Yeah, right. I'm waiting. Well, I'm gonna be waiting a lot longer because mine's pre-ordered in store at GameStop. So
I
I
gotcha.
guess I'm not gonna see that until this quarantine's over. But
Yeah,
uh, yeah, there's a lot of cool things, and they're always just dropping. I don't know how they're going to do these um, movie releases, um, since a lot of these movies are canceling and just going direct to Disney Plus. I saw Onward did it, and
yeah,
curious if Black Widow, because that was supposed to release in May, and it looks like that was
yeah.
pushed back.
We were
But I
talking in one of
guess
the groups about that, but it's just I don't know. Like they definitely could, but I don't think it would be smart for them to, just because of
mm,
how much those movies cost, and they want that theater ticket revenue, not. at-home digital, on-demand views.
Yeah, right. I mean, because you get people that go see it multiple times, and then you're not getting price per person. I could have
Right.
20 people come over and watch the movie. So obviously I'm just sitting here thinking about it. So they have already thought about that stuff.
Right.
And Onward versus Black Widow, it's definitely two completely different costs and the
Yeah.
revenue.
Onward got a really bad luck on that one because that came out like a week before everything started shutting down, when
Yeah,
people were still like kind of cautious, so they're not really going to the theater. And then the next week, everything closed down.
yeah, it definitely sucks. And now we gotta wait another year for Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
Um,
that one hit pretty hard.
yeah, yeah. So, um, but now, so speaking of all the quarantine and everything, I guess that segues right perfect into our next little discussion. So, um, usually with conventions, we get a lot of exclusives and different pops and different Funko. Now it's a variety because they're pushing out Pez's, pins, the sodas. Um, I guess they're with Loungefly now.
Yeah.
Uh, a bunch of things. So we had Emerald City Comic Con, which is in Seattle. This was 2 or 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. It was a week. I think it was a week before my birthday. So yeah.
Yeah, and so they distribute shared pops throughout all their different stores: Fye, Walmart, Amazon, Hot Topic, GameStop. Pretty much their whole retail market. And then they have their own at show exclusives, which are going to be kind of higher value after the show. They have a different sticker. Um, and this year they canceled the show because of the coronavirus, and then they did a virtual convention. So, how did you do all of that virtual convention? And were you affected by any of that stuff?
Uh, Not really. That was before the shutdown, so I was still able to go to the stores and get what I needed from my local stores, Hot Topic, GameStop. I didn't do box lunch, so it was only those two really. But then everything else I did online, which was a big help. How they handled the whole virtual convention and everything, I think they did a great job. They had daily live streams and you know podcasts, fun casts, and giveaways. And I know some people who won things from that, and it's really cool that even though they couldn't have a show, they still had something to give people. And how they handled people that, because for if you don't know anything about Funko, when you go to one of their conventions that they're going to be at, that they have exclusive pops at, they'll do a lottery system. So you have to get into the con, and then you have to prove that you got into the con to be entered into the lottery. So lottery winners this year were given first dibs on everything that they would have had at the show from their Funko shop website, and then everybody else got their crack at it the next day, which is what I did. Like I said, I work nights, and I was having to stay up later than usual. It was past my bedtime, and when the Funko shop dropped, I wanted the Funko HQ, so that was up there, and then I ended up getting the Tanker Bug from Funko also because they had that on the site too. And I usually when you order, if you don't go to the show, you're getting a shared convention sticker. It's a different sticker compared to the one that you get if you went to the con. And I was lucky enough to get two convention exclusive stickers instead of the shared one. So little things like that. That was really cool. People were speculating on if that was going to happen, and it definitely did. I've seen a ton of people who have gotten convention over the shared exclusive sticker. But other than that, it was cool. I liked it, and I hope that we don't have to do it again.
Yeah, hopefully this doesn't, drag out because they did postpone the show. But people obviously had to buy plane tickets and took vacation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So who knows what if they couldn't make it. So that's why Funko kind of still did everything they did. But now the kind of conversation that we're waiting for is San Diego Comic Con, which is, I mean, the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
And, you know, they now we're in convention season, and if they bring up Emerald City Comic Con, how's that going to affect San Diego Comic Con, especially with
Right.
vendors? I mean, that's money trying to be at two places if it's close to each other, and, et cetera. So curious how they're going to
Yeah.
handle that, not just Funko, but everyone with the Comic Con, staff and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um,
Staff and then fans and having to pick between which one you want to go to, and it's getting crazy. Well, we got
yeah,
another one coming up, next month. So
Yeah, so that is where I will share my screen, and I'll actually let Mexican over here take the reins and go through all the pops over here.
so yeah, next month, in the middle of the month, they have WonderCon 2020, and they're going to be doing another virtual con. Um, Not as many as you would see from Emerald City, San Diego, or New York Comic Con. But it's cool that they're doing anything well. You got Amazon, Barnes and Noble's got a Troll, Box Lunch has got a Coco Miguel, more Pokemon. Target's still doing their future Star Wars pops, but then you got all this stuff from the Funko shop. I think they're kind of trying to do something fun with the apron and everything. Making it like a 50s kind of diner type of feel. That shirt is pretty cool. Then they have the other troll over there, but then the new thing that they just started this year were these Funko Soda vinyl figures. They're about the same size as a pop, but they are thinner and they come in these soda cans. And no, there's not any liquid in it. I've had people ask me that. There's no liquid in it. They come in, and the cool thing about them is you'll have a character, and then every can has a chance for a chase. So, I've got a couple. I did Batman. I got the chase and a regular one. With Skeletor, I got the chase and a regular one. Um, so it's pretty cool. And it's like 2,000. There's like 10,000 made, and they'll take 2,000. That will be the chases. So it looks like they're doing the same thing here with Speed and Blueberry, and I'm not sure who that other guy is, but but
Yeah,
then
no
they have
idea.
yeah. But yeah, man, I'm pretty excited about these. Definitely doing Amazon and Box Lunch. I think that's about it for me. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'll do Amazon, and that'll probably be it. I might try to get the virtual con shirt. That's actually cool. Um,
Yeah,
I'm a t-shirt guy myself, so
yeah, me too.
adding and Funko's t-shirts have come a long way because I used to hate them because they would shrink really quick, but they're
Yeah,
actually nice now.
yeah. They did the Hulk Marvel Collector Core box, and my shirt from that I can't wear it anymore. It's too small.
Yeah, I have a couple of them that are like that. That just uh, makes me mad because they're cool shirts. Um, but yeah, I mean, and the for WonderCon, they normally don't have shared exclusives. They're
Right.
usually all at the show. So this is kind of new for everyone, which is also cool because not everyone gets a chance at it. Or they have to pay, secondary costs for it. People on eBay or Facebook or all these different apps and whatnot. So this was cool that they just went straight for it and put it out to the stores and gave everyone a chance for it. So I
Right.
mean, that's definitely Funko gets a bad rap sometimes with how they just want our money, but at the end of the day, they're business, and they're also giving us stuff that we like to collect.
Right.
It's definitely cool.
Yeah, they definitely hit on. It's incredible how many licenses they have and how many licenses they continue to get that people still get excited about. It's like you would think that they'd have everything by now, but they don't. And last year the big thing was uh, The Office. The Office
Yeah.
dropped in the last year, and that has been one that people have been asking for years, and we finally got it, and they're pumping them out. So
Yeah, and Pokemon. And, it
yeah,
took
that
a
one too.
while for the Pokemon, and I guess I want to say it now. Now I'm thinking about it's a lot of Nintendo itself. I mean, because we
Yeah,
haven't seen Mario or anything like
no,
that.
yeah. Once they get the Nintendo, if they get the Nintendo license, that's gonna be huge. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because they did like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. So they got that
yeah,
Sony, whatever they fall under now. Um, yeah, the Pokemon, they've been. I think now we're at the point where we've gotten 10-inch, we've gotten flocked, and a regular of everything.
yeah. I need if they come out with a glow in the dark Pikachu, that's gonna be it for me.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if they did like, what they did with Iron Man with that light up, and
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
yeah, with the lightning bolts out of the cheeks or something.
Yeah,
Pretty
that'd be
sweet.
awesome.
But um, so let me see what else I have. I think that's all the notes I have. So,
Yeah. What are
um,
you excited about
hmm.
coming out?
So I'm definitely excited about the DC guys. I have a nice little Batman corner that I love to add to, so that 10-inch Joker will look really nice over there.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a big Overwatch, so I'm hoping that we haven't got any reveals because they're just waiting for Overwatch 2. Because it's
Oh yeah.
usually every convention or any reveal, there's something Overwatch, and we haven't got anything um, for probably about 4 or 5 months, which I'm not complaining about because my wallet's very happy,
Right.
but it's strange. I mean,
How
because
long how long do you think before they make an Echo?
I don't know because there's still a character behind.
Yeah.
So um their last reveal they added the newest character at that point, and since then Echo will be the second character. So maybe that's what they're waiting on. That they're not just giving us complete re-skins of the same ones. So now they'll have two new
You know,
characters to do.
we were talking about this before, because if you guys don't if you're not subscribed to Beard's Twitch, go on there. I mean, it's fun. Just I don't know anything about Overwatch. I love the character designs, and that's about it. But he's on there almost nightly streaming. It's awesome. Check it out. But I was on the other night, and he was just going through some of the skins for Reaper, and there's like a mariachi on there that I'm like, I need a pop of that one.
Yeah, no, it's super cool. And they've kept really well to all the skins too, which is cool because I like Reinhardt, I like Diva, and they give out these cool ones. We got the Halloween, the one where Reinhardt's got flames coming up, and it's one of my favorite skins. So I
Yeah,
I love getting stuff like that.
yeah.
Uh,
I think I've got a few. I've got like the newer Reaper, and then the Walmart one. I missed the Halloween one, and then the Reinhardt exclusive that was glow in the dark. I think it was a Comic Con
yeah, yeah, that's the one I
exclusive.
was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. Like I said, I love the character design. I don't know anything about the characters, but they look awesome, and I picked them up. So
Yeah, I think between that and Batman, those are my favorite things, and I won't think twice. I just realized I'm getting super close to finishing all the Hulks. Um, I
which ones
that
you
was
need?
the metallic is like the I need the probably the most obtainable one out of all of them. It's gonna be the OG Avengers Hulk.
Yeah, I got that
Um,
guy downstairs.
and
You
then
know
the
that was actually I'm sorry, just a little tangent, right? That was one of my Those were some of the first pops I got. Those were the first pops that I got back in 2012. It was Dark Knight, Batman, and then all the Avengers. So Iron Man, Thor, Cap, Hulk, and Nick Fury. Unfortunately, I didn't know that exclusives were a thing at the time, so I never got Loki, and he's impossible to get now. So
Yeah, right. No,
anyway,
that's
other Hulks that you need.
the metallic red Hulk, the compound Hulk, and metallic compound.
Oh man,
Yeah,
those are some
it's
heavy hitters.
it's gonna be like 2 grand at
Right.
least. No, I was looking up.
That's yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was saying I was looking it up, trying to see how obtainable it was. Like, okay, that's gonna wait a long time.
Yeah, I've got some that are like that too. I'm just like I really want it, but I can't justify spending over $100 on a pop
Yeah,
at the moment. I mean, later on down the road, if I'm in a different financial situation, I definitely want to get some of the higher end stuff that isn't as obtainable. There's this the Patina Dark Knight Batman. It's a few $100s, and then for Rachel, my fiance, she's big in Back to the Future. That's her favorite movie, and they have the Glow in the Dark Doc Brown. I
yeah,
want to get that for her, but that's a couple hundred right now too. So
yeah. I mean, if people are still watching right now, these pops can vary a lot. He was talking in our group chat about the gold Willy Wonka ones,
yeah,
and I'm sure you're in the same Facebook groups with that guy that's collecting all the Venoms.
yeah,
Uh, and I'm sure that's who you're talking about selling that one.
yeah.
Um,
No, I've seen a comic shop that had it, and they were like taking offers, but they weren't like actively trying to sell it. So you got people like taking pictures with it and stuff like that because they a couple years ago they had a gold Willy Wonka and Charlie Bucket 2-pack as for like the golden ticket. And every year at Comic Con, Funko will have a party called Fun Days, and they'll give out pops to everybody that comes. And they had 10 of these Willy Wonka and Charlie, and that's it. Only 10 of them were ever made, and they it's estimated that they're going for over $10,000. So
yeah, and for something that they were just given, it's
yeah,
so crazy, and the fun days is where some crazy pops come out and high value. The guy that's in one of these groups, they did a what was it? Was it Freddy Venom? And
I think so.
it was like
Oh yeah,
2020
last
that
year.
was made.
Yeah,
Yeah,
last year. That was last year. I think it was 30 or 40.
yeah,
You
something like
know, and then was that last year? I think it was last year. Yeah, 2018. I'm sorry, not 2019, but 2018. Um, almost broke me. I almost got out of the pop game in 2018 because of this event, Fun Days, because my one of my sets that I want to be 100% complete on is Stranger Things.
I knew you were bringing it up, dude.
Yeah, and they had three separate pops that were only you could only get at this
Yeah.
party. So they had Steve and Robin. They were both limited to like 1,500, and so pretty much everybody that went to the show got one. And then they had a gold hopper, which was limited to like 30 or 15 or 30. I can't remember, but it's unobtainable, and my collection is now incomplete because I will never get that pop.
Yeah.
Uh, I did end up getting Robin and Steve though. My Rachel, she's amazing, and she got those for me as a present one year, so last year. But to remedy that, I kind of have like a placeholder. I ended up just buying a common hopper and spray painted gold, and he sits on the shelf. He's holding the spot.
I went through the same thing with my daughter. She had that was her collection, was all the Stranger Things, and I would go through all of it. And, she had everyone except for that Robin, Steve, and Hopper, and then she's lost interest, so we haven't continued. But that was definitely a sucky one to go through like that.
Yeah.
I mean, because people
It,
were selling it, and it was selling for 5 grand, 6 grand, like
yeah.
crazy.
It definitely hurt. I didn't step foot in any of my regular stores for like a couple weeks. I was like, I really got to think if I want to keep on doing this because that was the first time I've ever been hit like that in any kind of collection that I've ever done. Something that is so unobtainable that it made me question whether I wanted to keep on going.
Yeah, and that's something that does sometimes suck with Funko. I was talking about the Infinity War series. So we had 4 exclusives that didn't even hit the US. Three
Yeah.
of them were in Australia and one was Singapore. Um, and
Yep.
luckily I had a friend in Australia who got me the chrome ones and sent them to me. But I still never got a chance at that Thor.
Yeah. I didn't either. I got a lot of hope when because they did Singapore, but then they also brought it to Mexico.
Right.
I got some hope there, but still never got it. And I could have gotten it around that time because once they hit Mexico, the price dropped. It
Hmm.
went from like 200 to 100.
Yeah.
And I don't have that one either. That's one of my ones that I really want to.
Yeah, I definitely want to add it to my collection one day. I don't even have my Infinity War up anymore. Um, I only
Yeah, me either.
display my Spider-Man, and that's so random that like I don't even care about it. I only want the Venom line. I like the Venom line that they've done. I think they're super cool.
Yeah.
Uh, and then the all my Hulks. So all the exclusives are in box, and all commons are scattered throughout the shelf right behind me.
Yeah.
Uh, and then my Batmans are all on box except for the Jim Lee ones, and my Overwatch. But that's pretty much all I actively um, collect. I've gotten a couple of My Hero ones that just are cool. I wanted the shirts, so that's pretty
Yeah.
much why I'm getting the pops is for the shirts.
Oh
But
yeah, I agree.
yeah.
My main lines are uh Stranger Things, Marvel, Harry Potter, and DC. Um, our last big DC release was that Kid Flash, and I was fortunate enough to get a common and a chase. Um, but yeah, my Marvel shelf is like I have Thanos. Like I have very limited space, so the ones I want out on display are upstairs, but everything else is on the basement. Having 2,000 pops is a pain sometimes because I'm running out of space. But the ones I want, displayed, my Marvel ones, I have a Thanos shelf, and then the shelf under that is usually like the big movie that's out at the time, and those will get rotated through when new movies come out. And then my character, yours is Hulk, my character is Cap, so I have a whole Cap shelf of all the exclusives. There's so many Cap pops I can't have them all in there, but like my favorite ones are the favorite exclusives. Those are on there, and then the last two are like Spider-Man and X-Men, and random assorted ones that I like at the time. So
Yeah. No, some days I really miss like hardcore collecting pops. If you do look at my Instagram, I have my old room where the I think at about 5 foot up on the wall until the ceiling throughout the whole room was just wallpaper of pops. And
yeah,
I miss it sometimes. I've kind of moved on to bigger things, more
yeah,
expensive things, just aesthetically pleasing, posing. I love action figures and
yep,
the statues, and he's got the props and behind him, and I got mine behind me. Stuff
yeah,
like that. I really, really love. But adding, just like that Avengers Assemble pops that are coming out, right now
yeah.
on Amazon. I can't wait for that to be finished. I think that's gonna be so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. If you guys aren't paying attention to that, they're doing a Avengers Assemble Amazon exclusive set where each pop is going to connect together, and it's going to recreate that very memorable scene from the first Avengers movie with the camera spin. So
Yeah.
today, actually, they just put out the pre-order for Hawkeye.
Right.
And I believe if we're going in order, the next one should be Black Widow, and then Thor, and then Cap.
Yeah.
And they're doing them bi-monthly, so by the end of the year, we'll have all of them. And then, because I'm guessing what they're doing is they stopped doing they shut down the Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty box. They're still going on the Marvel Collector Core box. I thought I had heard them talking about shutting that down, but I guess not. But in lieu of doing those boxes, they're doing these big sets because Star Wars is doing one now too. They're doing a thing that connect together for the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. So
very cool.
The first one they got, I think should be like this month or next month, is going to be a Wampa, and then they'll go down the line with each character and they'll all connect together and everything.
Yeah, that's one thing I do miss is the boxes, those DC boxes. When it was his own thing, it wasn't shared to anything else, and it was just a membership every other month, and they had a DC, Marvel, Star Wars, and Disney, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And then they shared them to stores, or retailers, and Target got DC, Disney got
Hot Topic.
Yeah,
Hot Topic got Disney, and I think that's it.
Anime ones now too.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a thing before where you had a membership, and then Amazon got Marvel and Star Wars.
Yep.
And I haven't seen a Target one in a while.
I can't remember what the last one was. It was the Batman 80th
With the Penguin.
No, it was
yeah.
the fighting pose 89 Batman, and it had the those two other like figures of Batman Beyond, and 66 came with a toothpick holder. Because these things are still, marketed for kids, so they can't say it's a shot glass, so it's a toothpick holder.
Yeah. I mean, and those boxes were not good. Before that, I remember the 3-pack Green Lantern. I loved that. That was such a cool. It's like,
oh yeah.
Kilowog and I forget everyone's in it, but that was a cool one. And then the 80s Teen Titans box with the Nightwing and the figures.
That one pissed me off because I'm sure they were great, but the one that I got, the Nightwing figure, the paint was terrible.
Yeah, I still need to hunt down that. I got shorted that box. I pretty much came in to that box as it was releasing, so I couldn't get onto that one. I got onto the next one, and at that time the box was going for a lot because of that Nightwing. But it's definitely one I wish I still want to hunt down because I love Nightwing. Absolutely.
The one that got me into those boxes was the animated series one. Like they're like, we're coming out with Mr. Freeze and a Dorb's Ride of the animated series, and the animated series is my jam. Like that's what got me into Batman, and that's my favorite Batmobile. And they're like, we're doing an animated series box. I'm like, I'm in. Here's my money.
Yeah. Right. All right. Well, I think we're going to shut this show down. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
No, man. Like I said, like we were talking at the top, Mexican reviews. If you have any questions about anything that might be coming up, or any other tips and tricks you might want, or do you just want to see some cool pops, hit me up on IG, Mexican Reviews, and I'll get you sorted out.
Yeah, and I will drop his link below, so make sure you follow, and it's daily content, and it's pretty sweet. But I'm going to shut this down again. Bearded Comic Guy from Comic Collectors Guild. If you like the content and you want to know more, go visit the website. Apply, show us your collection. see what you got and have you join us. But as always, keep hunting.